Where did we leave off? I don't even think he saw you point at
So I told them before that I didn't get a chance to rewatch the video, but from what I can recall, it was kind of the aftermath.
I'm pulling up my notes too.
Was last session the fight, the finishing off the fight?
Or was ended the session at the start of the fight? Oh, you mean the other fight,
like the shadow?
So we had fought a bunch of Skeletor servants, Skeletors,
Okay, yeah.
and then we did some research into a chalkboard that was super cool, and then Apoc turned into Professor Swiftgale.
Mordain
Swiftgale.
Mordain.
Mm-hmm. And then while we were all just chatting, overtired Elle just wandered off, like an overtired child does. Went down a flight of stairs. We heard her yelling, and then we all chased after her. That's where we found a Velociraptor-esque shaped skeletal, two-headed, inverted beak creature.
Try saying that 5 times fast.
Near her, about to strike. And a ominous voice coming from down the stairs that was telling us to just leave, or else he won't hurt us if we just leave. Mm-hmm. And then we decided to not heed the advice, and I think Apoc just let arrows fly like a mad lad.
It was under other charging as well. It wasn't just Apoc.
Also, Aurora did some flossing, and we met Jeremy.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yes, Jeremy took a trip.
Yep.
Jeremy, and who else? You wrote down all of the names.
I did.
Most of them are sitting in this room.
We've got Jeremy, Todd, Andrew, Mulligan, Shenanigans, Leroy, Steph, Eric, Georgina, Andrea, Bart, and Lisa.
Excellent. Just a few NPCs for us.
Yeah.
All right.
And we did not. We haven't rested, so we are just
no.
It
running on
food. It is like 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
You have been just traveling farther and farther and farther under the avium as you are trying to figure out what is responsible for Sage's attack. We ended last session on the... You are all currently squeezed into a arched, smooth, white walls with a bit of an opalescent sheen that looks very familiar to some of you. As you are walking down the stairs towards this like dim, red-lit room at the bottom. Tired Elle getting there first, Basil pushing his way through before I think turning into Big Basil.
Correct.
If I remember correctly.
That's why I shot.
Apoc letting loose 2 arrows as you are face to face with a red-eyed, inverted beak monstrosity. And as I send you the owlbear link, I will need some initiative.
That's not good. Good thing I already shot.
Jeez, that's terrible.
shot your shot.
I did shoot my shot.
This is going to
9.
take a second.
9 for Apoc.
I have 2 levels of exhaustion. Does that do anything to my initiative?
I don't believe
Disadvantage.
It's an ability check? Okay, so yeah, disadvantage on initiative.
Alright, just double checking. Okay.
Basil, what you got?
It is a 5.
Mrs. Q?
Sorry, I'm still trying to get my owlbear up. 14.
14. Elle?
5.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Aurora?
12.
God, somebody's paying attention.
Goodness gracious. Oh wait.
There's no
I need more desks, Sean.
Do you want me to get you another desk?
We have room over here, so if you want to slide closer, you can.
Oh yeah, I can squish.
I'm good.
Eric and I can get a little bit closer tonight.
This isn't going
See,
well.
that part of last video was hilarious, just as a heads up. Oops, I'm sorry. I don't know how to make this room open.
What do you mean?
Oh, I had someone who was requesting admission.
Oh.
Alright.
Am I not attached to the internet here? Is that the problem? I was attached to
Do you require a password?
What did I just do?
potentially. Sorry. Figured all this out.
If
Yeah.
you want to get rid of that list at the top, you can just click
Gryffindor
on
Tower, right?
Click on what?
the human.
Gryffindor
the purple
Tower,
human.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
What's
see.
happening?
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
thank you.
Same thing on the other side
Ah,
too. It's a drop down menu.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
I'm trying to get.
No worries, sort yourselves out.
It's like not loading.
I can wait.
Can't open the WhatsApp, so I can't get to the link.
Don't worry.
Oh.
Can we just share?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Ooh, yes, right. Good.
All right.
Could you pin Steph's video?
Alrighty.
Much
There we
better.
go.
Much better.
Steph, you're big.
And just a tad pixelated. Oh no, frame rate.
It's an old computer, leave it alone. It's fine.
It's not the computer, it's the internet.
Oh, really?
Both.
Okay. Alrighty.
Yeah, I just got the thing on my screen that says your internet connection is unstable. Like,
Yeah.
oh, no.
Love it. Alrighty, at the top of the round, as you Apoc let loose 2 arrows, you hear the creature kind of squeal just a little as one of them was a critical hit.
Woohoo!
And you hear a voice, another one of the same gruff voice, just leave, and he won't hurt you. Just get out. Mrs. Q, what do you want to do?
The voice isn't coming from the monster. It's coming from.
Doesn't. I don't know if you have sight on this at all. At the very back of the pack,
Yeah.
behind Big Basil, Elle, Apoc, and Aurora. I don't think you would know. I don't even know if you can see the monster at this point because you are up on stairs,
Right.
and the way into this room is like an archway. The archway is about 10-ish feet tall at its peak. The stairwell is only big enough for about 2 side by side, so like a 10 by 10 kind of area. And Basil right now, I believe, is 10 feet tall.
Okay.
So,
Mrs. Q, how much movement do I have? Mrs. Q pushes her way, if she can, past all the peeps to go stand next to Basil. And actually, maybe even closer. Can I do that?
Like into the room.
Yeah, because I think I only have a 5-foot range for this, so
So you want to go almost like right up to it.
I mean within 5 feet.
so a 5-foot range would be right up to it.
Yeah.
Righto, I guess I'm going right up to it.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
seems like a
Yeah.
bad idea now.
Oh, you're fine.
And she casts Word of Radiance,
Ooh.
Okay.
which looks like pink lightning.
Pink lightning.
Okay. What do I have to do?
Con save.
Aurora, you are on deck.
Okay.
Ooh, it
You know,
has
when you go
good
to the mall,
constitution,
you
but
have
it
those big
failed.
glowing orbs that have the
Ooh.
pink lighting coming out.
Excellent.
You
So
just-
it
that's what I
takes
pictured.
2d6 damage.
Just really give it.
Oh, not bad, not bad. That's pretty much the maximum. That's 11.
Nice.
Is it plus in there or no? It's just...
No, it's
Okay,
just
cool.
it's just that.
All right.
I realize this thing's probably gonna try and kill me now.
So as this pink lightning goes off, you reaching out to touch this creature, the two burning red eyes, and this thing is about 10 feet tall. It towers above you. And as you enter this macabre laboratory, you can see that there are cauldrons that are just sort of bubbling gently, some steam, some smoke kind of filling the room, candles being the only source of light down here. And you see just components, bones, texts, basically everything that a laboratory, that you would imagine would be in a laboratory, you can kind of see scattered almost haphazardly around.
An old school laboratory.
A Frankenstein laboratory.
Frankenstein laboratory.
Did you say macaw or macabre?
Macabre.
Okay.
Like creepy.
Not the bird.
Not the bird, no. But you do see another figure hiding around the corner that was before not seen from where you are, an older looking Corvum.
Professor Macaw.
Standing at one of the desks, his hand on a very thick-looking leather-bound book.
Mm-hmm. And we recognize this guy as, what's his name?
You don't recognize this guy as anybody.
Really? We don't recognize him at all?
Not at all.
Interesting. Okay.
Aurora.
Somebody has to steal that book.
Yeah.
So
Apoc on deck.
with my eyes a shiny sapphire blue crystallized over, along with my teeth, the same crystalline appearance, sparkly skin. I'm gonna, as I'm walking down, like almost like Terminator-esque, where you're just kind of walking towards it. I'm gonna yell out to the whoever like the voice was, tell your creature. That's not the voice. Tell your creature to back off if you want to have any chance of keeping it intact. As I reach towards it, and like the ghostly appearance kind of leaving my fingers starts to freeze over on the skeleton as I cast Chilled Touch on it.
Okay. Do you have to get up close to that as well?
It's a 120-foot range, but I'm gonna try and get up to like basically next to Mrs. Q. Stand next
like,
to her.
Like really
Well, no,
close.
next to you, beside
Okay.
you, like shoulder to shoulder to.
Yeah, but like
to
I'm
face
like
it.
right by this.
But I'm gonna cast it like as I'm walking, so like the
Okay.
thing, like I need it as I get there. That's a 24 to hit.
Gosh, cool.
That hits.
2d8. So 7, 5 is 12. Until my next turn, it cannot regain hit points, and it must make a Wisdom 15 save.
Okay.
It beats it.
Dang it.
Okay.
It's a wise bird.
Yeah.
As you are now face to face with this thing, you also see the Corvum in the corner just looking at you all enter the room, shoot this monster in the middle of the room twice, once with pink radiance and once with frost.
Yeah, it's necrotic damage, and I turn. I was really hoping that it would it would fail its Wisdom save. Help!
Alright, as that concludes your turn with the help, it is the creature's turn.
Oh, I wanted to go.
The creature is going to... The creature is going to take its multi-attack.
Oh.
Ah.
So, with the
It's
two of you... With the two of you in front of it, it is going to take... both kind of hurt it the same. It's going to take one attack at each of you to start. So against Mrs. Q, that is going to be a lot. That's going to be a 24 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Okay, against Aurora,
Hits.
yes, it does. And it's just gonna go up against the first one that hit it with the pink radiance, because it did not like that. 20 to hit against you, Mrs. Q.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 hits on Mrs. Q with the claws.
That's problematic.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. I only have half of the sheet on there.
It's the guy in the book.
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
It was on the front page.
And the bad page.
Oh dear.
I think we've made a huge mistake.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so against the first hit against you. Oh God. The first hit against you, Mrs. Q, is 12. What is this? 12 slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Aurora, you're going to have 8 slashing damage. And then the second attack against you, Mrs. Q, as one claw reaches out to grab you, it is going to try, this claw is massive, it fits around your torso. It's actually going to try and grab around your torso.
Okay, so it doesn't do damage with the second one, it just grabs me?
Well, I need you to make a... Well, it hit you, so it reaches out, grabs around you, and you are considered grappled.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, it can do 2 targets at once. It's going to try and grab both of you.
Excellent. So is it done attacking?
It is...
Like the damage stuff?
Uh,
Let me know when that's done, and then I'll get
Sorry,
back to you.
this has a wall of text. I'm trying to read it.
My God. I don't know if this is good news.
Okay. You are both grappled for right now.
Cool.
Which, sorry, means I just don't have any movement?
Your speed is 0.
That's all.
That's fine.
So these 2 claws sort of reach out and grab against each of you, and you feel the piercing in your backs as the claws kind of dig in a little bit.
Perfect. If I can use that as my like trigger,
Sure.
as like Maitland help, and just the haunted rebuke coming from me towards it with my reaction. Dexterity saving throw.
Nice.
It's all or nothing for this guy right now. It fails.
So for 10 points of necrotic damage.
Fab.
Nice.
Okay, as Maitland comes to help you both being grappled, you can see that the this monster just sort of flinches a little, but opens its beak and just lets out this shrill cry right in your faces, right in your ears, as you are stuck in its claws. Apoc, you are up.
Seeing as a creature just ended its turn, I can do a reaction.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use Stone Rune,
Okay.
which requires a Wisdom saving throw from this creature.
Okay.
It's a DC.
What's your DC?
13.
Beats it.
Ooh, okay. Then nothing happens. Okay.
Alright,
Okay.
so everybody who's not grappled just sees this one tiny flea that she recognizes Jeremy point towards the beast
Yeah!
with our friends. Our friends enclosed. And
How do we become the supporting cast so gradually?
and I'm basically using Jeremy to cast Hunter's Mark as he gets marked as my
flies
prey.
around his head.
Well, it's more like a leading actor pointing at the enemy, like, guys, we're gonna get him.
I feel like that's not Jeremy's voice.
Guys,
Guys, get him! Let's get him!
Oh my god.
as 2 arrows fall behind Jeremy, striking towards
You
it.
can
Oh,
speak
not
with
good.
Jeremy.
I can! Oh my gosh,
'Cause
I'm
he's
having
a-
a convo with him after.
Yes, because he's a bug.
We'll catch up.
Does a 13 hit?
Miss.
And the second arrow that Jeremy and crew tag onto, that's a 25.
That hits.
That's worse.
That's
4
pretty
damage.
good.
That's better, yeah. So that's going to be 18 points of piercing damage with
Nice.
Jeremy, the arrow, and my Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
And that's going to be my action. Is there any... Can I move forward at all? Can I get into
you
the
can
room?
move forward, but I'm gonna say right now with Aurora and Mrs. Q grappled in the room, if you want to get into the room, you're gonna need to make a check because they are not moving with this monster.
I'm gonna...
You can get beside Basil. Would be the farthest easy movement you can do.
I wanna take the chance, I guess, and get past them. And I lost the page.
You're gonna try and push into the room.
I'm gonna try and push into the room. What do I need to do?
Just give me an athletics or acrobatics because you're trying to squeeze past.
It's a 7 plus acrobatics is actually athletics. I'm proficient in.
Elle, you're on deck.
Why is there acrobatics in here? Oh, okay, it's a 10 regardless.
It's a 10?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say with a 10 because this creature is large and holding two of your friends, you aren't able to make it through. Or if you want to give one big shove to get through with a 10, you're gonna be prone.
No, it's okay. I'll stay outside for now.
All right, so you're able to make it up to Basil, and that is about it.
Plug the hole.
Plug the hole, pretty much. Elle, it's gonna be tough to squeeze through. Elle, you are up. Basil on deck.
All right. Okay. The owlbear is still trying to load, so what I'm gonna do?
Do you want us to hold it up to the camera?
Here, I can give you a verbal description of the room if you want, or take a picture.
I got it. There's a big old mess of people, and I'm at the back of it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I don't think there's any way for Elle to get past Big Basil and Apoc at this point.
No, I don't think so.
No, you can try. DM will tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, I only have half of 25 feet of movement, so like
Yes.
10 feet?
You're
11 feet?
15 feet. I'm gonna round up to 15 feet because I'm nice.
That's so generous. Okay, well there's not much I can do from where I am, right?
So from where you are, like you're about 10 feet away up the stairs. You saw the creature, so you did get a look inside the room before it was plugged by Big Basil. Right now,
I'm sorry, guys.
right now you can't see the creature from where you are
Need more fiber.
unless you want to try to see it.
So bloated.
If that makes sense.
Oh. Oh, what do I want to do?
This is why I need to read stat blocks before.
Yeah. Legendary actions.
Shut up.
Okay, I'm going to see Basil in front of me. And again, like super kind of tired, be like, okay, you got this. And she's gonna like pat him on the back, but like height-wise, where are they? Are they? Basil's probably taller than Elle at this point.
Yes.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Okay, all right, then probably she's gonna like just pat him on the butt, probably.
There you go.
Cool.
And she's gonna cast Enhance Ability
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
at 3rd level.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
What does that mean?
I think she's gonna give you.
Just
Let's
makes
say
it bigger.
strength.
He's just like this.
It's strength. So you get advantage on all strength checks. Because Elle would think you're strong. That'll be helpful, right?
Cool.
So you can target another creature. If you're
At
casting
3rd
it
level?
at 3rd level, you can target one additional creature for each
Cats
slot
grace.
level above 2nd. So you can hit
Okay.
Fox is
somebody
cunning.
else.
Fox is cunning.
Although you can only see you, Basil, and Apoc is the only other one you can see at this point.
It's the other one.
Okay. Would I have to cast the same enhancement?
No, I'll let you do 2 different
Okay. Okay, but Elle would know Basil needs strength. I don't know if she'd know what the fuck Apoc needs.
Apoc just looks over at Basil's like, the powers of my ancestors.
So So I think she will give him Bear's Endurance or Boar's Endurance.
Oh, I love it.
And you get 2d6 temporary hit points.
Hey,
that's
that's
nice.
awesome.
Not bad, not bad, not
Very
bad.
good, very good.
Average.
Do I roll for the hit points or does Apoc?
Apoc just rolled, so we might go with that.
Alright, let's go with that.
But you are now concentrating.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wait, if her concentration breaks, do I lose the temporary hit points?
you do. So Elle is now concentrating. Well, that didn't work as I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, Elle, you're concentrating.
Yeah, but you've got a double exhausted teen, so we'll see how long this concentration.
I'll just run in and get hit, so you don't have to worry about it.
Alright. Alright, Elle, concluding your turn. At the end of your turn, because I have forgotten until now.
Oh.
At the end of your turn, Elle, this skeletal creature in the middle of that, well, I think only Elle cannot see right now, but the rest of you can, standing very close to it. It's going to side-eye all of you with the eyes only on one side of its head. And it is going to open its beak, and all of the rib cage bones of this creature start to flex and creak as it lets out this shriek that reverberates through all of you. I need everyone. Well, everyone except for Elle, who is 5 feet in the clear.
Whew.
To make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, jeez.
Which isn't halved, right? If I'm exhausted.
This is a saving throw, so
Okay,
you're
you're
good.
fine.
Go ahead. Big giant.
Big die. No.
Great.
Oh.
Oh, that's a shot.
That's a shot.
Oh no! Steph, if you roll a critical fail tonight, you have to take a shot. Those are the rules.
What? I didn't agree to this.
Who rolled below a 15?
Yeah.
You
14.
You cannot get
Oh!
this image of the cracking bones out of your brain, and you are all frightened.
Fuck.
I am immune to frightened.
You're immune to fright?
Deal with
Nice.
it.
That's okay. There's other stuff.
That's what the crystals do. The blue
That's
sapphire.
right. Yes.
Damn.
Alright, so frightened is, if I look very quickly, I believe it is
Can I-
disadvantage.
Can I just scream back?
You can scream back. You scream back. So a frightened creature for Basil and Mrs. Q, you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls as long as you can see this skeletal creature. And you cannot willingly move closer to the creature.
Do we re-roll at the beginning of every turn?
You don't know?
Great.
Fair enough.
So Basil is currently
Nice.
frightened, plugging the hole to the tunnel as Big
That's a great
Basil.
one.
You're curious one.
Okay, interesting.
And you are up.
Hence the
Yeah.
the multi-class.
Oh.
Yeah. Always a warlock.
Always,
Anything
Hashtag always a-
that I can do.
it's always a one level dip, no matter.
Yeah.
Alright, Mrs. Q, you're going to be on deck.
Okay, so you said everything is just with disadvantage.
So your
If you-
ability checks
I'm
and your
contemplating track this.
attack rolls are at disadvantage right now. So you can make them, you're
So-
just at disadvantage. But you can't willingly
I
move
have a
closer
question.
to this creature. Yes,
Would your strength just be normal because you have advantage?
correct.
So only hit things.
But those are strength checks. An attack roll is
Shit.
different.
Pick him up. Suplex him.
Just rip his jaw in half.
Bane. The Bane. Break his spine.
What you got, Basil?
Gee. Okay.
You can also hold your turn if you need a couple more seconds to think.
The frightened thing is interesting. Okay. So right now, this creature is grappling both Mrs. Q and Aurora.
Correct.
So its hands are
Currently full.
okay. And it just screeched.
Yes.
And I have disadvantage on attacks.
Would squeezing it be an attack?
Who would squeezing it? I don't know.
Well, you cannot move closer to this thing.
Oh, that's true.
And you are currently,
Oh,
you're about 10 feet away from this thing.
okay. So because
you
of
cannot move closer because of fright.
Gotcha. Okay, so I need to do. Okay. Interesting.
You're not anywhere near me, right? Like we can't reach each other.
So
You're
you
grappled.
could reach Mrs. Q. Like you are, there's the creature, there is you that's taking up 5 feet. There's 5 feet of space and there's Basil.
So could we touch fingers? Could I like?
I think as a large creature you might actually have a reach of 10 feet.
Good grief.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Is that a thing? No? Okay,
Does that-
never
does-
mind.
Does that mean then that because from where I'm standing, that means I don't really need to move in order to possibly do something to the creature? Like it's too, like I'm like
So you are 2 squares away. You're 10 feet away from this thing. Like it's the creature.
mhm,
It's Mrs. Q and Aurora. There's a square, and then there's you.
mhm.
So there's a gap.
So there is a gap. Like you have
Okay.
10 feet, and your reach is not 10 feet, as I've been corrected. You only have 5 foot of reach. So
Okay, gotcha.
Unless you have a weapon with reach.
Where would that?
Not like a polearm or a halberd or something like that. Yeah.
So your great sword only has a 5 foot reach. You have a longbow, but you don't have anything
Yeah.
much longer than that.
All because I'm frightened.
It sucks.
Yeah. It's like, what can I do?
Can you like take your turn to try and shake off the frighten? I don't know.
Yeah. Is there anything I can do to not frighten? I don't know. Become unfrightened.
If there was anything that you could do, it would be under your features and traits. But for right now,
Like, so for example,
this image in your mind of the bones moving has just seared into your
But
retina.
you're
That's
sa-
all you can
but you're
see.
saying as long as I can see this, by your words, as long as I can see this creature, I'm frightened. What if I go like it's this giant creature in front of me? I know I can just lunge forward.
So as long as you can see the creature, your attack rolls are at disadvantage. And ability checks are at disadvantage. But another component of frightened is you can't willingly move closer.
Even if I just like close my eyes and just
Correct.
Will myself
because
to go.
the line of sight is as long as you can see that creature, you have disadvantage on your attack rolls.
Okay.
Because you know that it's there. It's
Okay.
freaking you out.
Fucking.
In that case, all
Top
I
Thank
will
shelf
you.
play.
Yeah.
In that case, all I will do then is oh my gosh!
I can help
If you
once
can't
it's
move
my turn.
toward it, is there any movement you can take just to get into the room? Or is that technically a toward?
So where
Shuffling
he
along
is
the wall.
right now. Where you are right now, I would let you move diagonally into the room.
Diagonally. as well.
Diagonally, but you cannot like here. Can
Diagonally.
Can I do a? Can I
Oh, damn it, Sean!
do, so basically, like you
Delay.
cannot move any closer in this sort of range. If you can see that.
But I could technically move to kind of like
so you
inside
could
the room
move,
like
yeah,
that.
like right there, yeah.
Okay, I'll say that Sir Basil probably moves in. Unless you.
I mean, in game, I wouldn't have said anything to you, so I probably shouldn't say anything to you.
So Basil will just move to the inside of the door, and you probably just see him almost like shaking and just like leaning up against the wall, just like scared out of his mind. And maybe he because he knows that Apoc is beside him in the doorway, so he'll just say like, "Hey, Apoc, get it!" And he'll like
This giant mouse is cowering.
"Hey, Apoc, get it! And that'll be his help bonus action. So you have advantage
Nice.
in the next roll.
Okay. And as you move into the room, Basil, you see this Corvum as well, hand on the book, trembling beside you,
Oh.
as he just cannot take his eyes off the thing in the middle of the room.
Dum look what he's done.
All right, it is his turn as he kind of like looks at you, looks at the grapple, is just. It hasn't been this bad before. He sort of mutters under his breath before reaching down to grab the book, almost haphazardly, with all of his like cauldrons, and you can now see like vials, candles, both flammable and non-flammable things in this room. As he goes to grab it, you see him like knock some candles off onto the floor with the lit flames staying lit. And as he goes to pull the book off, you see one of the cauldrons just start to tip and wobble before falling to the floor and like splaying its contents everywhere. This like roiling, bubbling, like purple gossamer, because I know what that word is now. I thought it was a color, it is not. This liquid that just starts to spread all over the floor. As he is going to also back up. To the corner of the room, and you can see at the far side of the room now there are two other doors. One here and one here that appear to be closed. And he, for the moment, is going to... he, for the moment, is going to... wait, he can do... he can't do that yet. He's going to use his action to flip over the table in front of him and then crouch behind it. Knocking one more set of like vials that he had on like a test tube rack as he just sort of cowers behind it, blocking the view.
How did this guy pass his lab safety?
All right. As you can see, the liquids starting to sort of encroach on one another. Mrs. Q, you are up.
Okay. Mrs. Q, having a more than rudimentary understanding of things in, magic, because she does it, I'm assuming that she would have a rough idea of what's happened right now, because she suddenly feels very scared, and she didn't a second ago. So realizing this, you can tell me if I wouldn't know this.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still within reaching range? Can I still reach you?
No.
Mm-hmm.
You moved, you moved the other two. Okay, how long is your arm? If I reach really far, if I really stretch.
You are too far, and you have Aurora in the way.
Well, I can't help you anymore. I was going to help you, but now I can't help you. Who else is scared?
Just the two of you.
Wow, okay. Well, I can't help you at all.
Oh well.
In which case, I think I can do this. Mrs. Q she like looks around, realizes you're too far away for me to do anything. She looks at the creature because she's scared, and she does the only thing that she can think of to do in her scared state, which is use her channel divinity ability to turn undead to see if it does anything.
Okay. And that is a wisdom.
Like she turns undead?
No.
She makes the undead turn.
And run away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a wisdom, 13.
So what does it look like?
Ooh.
What does the turn undead look like?
Yes. How do you channel this?
So it's a prayer. So I just imagine like Mrs. Q sort of like
Aurora, you're on deck.
staring, super scary, just like mumbling a bunch of stuff, like kind of like get all scared and stuff. And I imagine like maybe like it looks, I guess, kind of like a gust of wind kind of vibe, but like sparkly.
Okay. And as this sort of sparkly wind just starts to wrap around this creature, that you can like feel its breath on your snout. You see its eyes sort of glaze over for a second as it blinks these burning red eyes before shaking it off and looking directly at you as it did
That's
say.
gonna be so great.
Damn.
Okay, well,
The skull dice, I told you. These are DM dice. These don't get used as a player because then they're going to roll bad.
I touched them. Just know
Anything
that.
else on your turn, Mrs. Q?
I don't think I can. Bonus actions. Healing word and spiritual healing word. Can I? It's a first level, which I can do as a. Okay. Who did I see that already got hit?
So just you and Aurora have been
It's just
hit right
us,
now.
right?
Basil has run away, and Elle and Apoc are tucked away. And
Okay.
You do have that Corvum that is now hiding somewhere.
Right. Okay. Actually, no, I wouldn't be able to do that as a.
I'm like, I've
bonus
got
action.
nothing.
Oh no.
So Mrs.
And I
Q,
just can't. I'm like, we'll see how this goes.
Jesus.
Mrs. Q, realizing that it didn't work, decides to use the few seconds she has before something else happens to. You have to tell me if I can't do this because I remember. Was going to cast Healing Word on
Yeah, you can do that.
Aurora, seeing that it also got kind of attacked.
Ooh.
Okay.
You bit.
It's first level because I have nothing else. So it's what has this? 1d4 plus 2. Unless you're a construct or undead.
6.
Nice.
I am neither.
Well, you know, sometimes Eric's characters aren't like straight up, so I figured I'd let you know.
All right.
That's it.
So ending Mrs. Q's turn, Aurora feeling this warmth.
What did you say for healing? Like, what your word of healing? What did you say?
What did I? Oh, I guess it is a healing word. I said. Ooh, what's my healing word?
There.
That's 2 words.
Oh, that's true.
I'm going to allow that.
Cupcake.
Probably something flowery like
Flower.
that. Yes.
Um,
Chrysanthemum.
Oh, I like it. I don't know what that means, but let's talk later. Thank you. Oh, I feel great.
What's the word?
So my.
You're up.
Oh, I trying to figure out what I was going to do this turn. I'm going to just call out Maitland, and how far is the Corvum?
So he's currently hiding behind a table right now.
I'm going to have Maitland appear. I think he's
He'd be
within.
within 25 feet.
25.
Yeah, so within 60 feet.
Okay.
I'm going to have Maitland appear behind him. With my action, I can invoke him to bring him into a space. And with my bonus action, I'm going to have him pull the book out of his hands.
Okay. Very quickly, you two please make me a wisdom saving throw.
Gosh.
Nice.
And okay.
This is this thing.
Hail Mary.
Okay, so Maitland is going to try and pry the book, and you see, well, Maitland would see that the Corvum is basically sitting like this.
Yeah, and like more like
Actually,
to.
more like this. Okay,
Okay. Oh, more like that.
more like this.
I'm just gonna try and like yank the book out
Okay.
because and he's invisible, so you don't see him.
Okay, so I will give. Maitland can give me a strength check, and he'll do it at advantage. Wait, can Maitland attack?
No, it's
Okay.
it's. I'm not attacking. I'm just.
Okay,
Fine.
give me a strength check, and this guy will be at disadvantage to try and keep it since he doesn't know Maitland is there.
Oh, dude, it's -4, so that's a 1.
Really?
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
This guy rolled a 6. I thought you were gonna beat it for sure.
Oh,
As Maitland goes to pull the book, you can hear the Corvum very gruff.
Both of
Just
those rolls were just flat.
Yeah.
no, and yanks the book back. You don't see any of this, but
Good.
Maitland
I just
does.
want. I just want to distract. Okay.
Perfect.
Oh, That's my turn.
Damn.
Okay.
2 5s.
Yikes. It is now the creature's turn. Okay.
Do you want to know what our
Oh,
rolls?
yes. What are your rolls?
23.
That was crap. It was
Okay.
2.
At the end of your turn, because I forgot about this, I'm sorry, there's a lot going on back here. At the end of your turn, Mrs. Q, casting that healing word on Aurora, you almost feel a little bit warm your chest as you shake off the frighten.
Yes! Phew!
Now you can move away from it.
Oh, wait.
Unfortunately.
That's good.
Alright, so it is now the creature's turn. And as the creature has shaken off your turn undead, Mrs. Q, its eyes glazed over for a second before realizing exactly who was the one that had cast that on it. It is going to look at you once more with those piercing eyes, and I am going to... You can feel the cobble fright. It's called the cobble fright now. You can feel the cobble fright just start to squeeze on the claw holding you. You can feel the air starting to escape your lungs. I need a strength saving throw from you.
Correction, it's the Cobble Fright, aka Roxanne.
Why?
Because of the red light.
Oh.
Oh my god.
You don't have to put on the cobble fright.
I just know the tune.
It's a 12 strength save.
It's a 12.
Yeah.
All
Or
right.
fail, I guess.
All right. As you, yes, you do fail. As this creature is starting to squeeze you, you can feel the air like being forced out of your lungs as you take 10 bludgeoning damage.
Oh dear.
And as the cobble fright looks at Mrs. Q, it turns its head to look at you, Aurora, as another grappled creature, and it's going to do the exact same. And squeeze your chest. So strength save, please.
Not great. That's no.
Okay.
9.
Yikes.
As it starts to squeeze the air out of your lungs, you can feel almost one rib just dislocate as you take 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
And with its eyes still on you, Mrs. Q, let me just make sure here. One creature that you have grappled. With its eyes still glaring into you, Mrs. Q, for its third attack, you can almost see them start to burn a red, and the bones start to almost radiate this opalescence, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
I think this is where I die, guys.
We'll see.
13.
13.
Yeah.
Just miss it.
Whew.
All right.
Dear oh dear.
As the creature just starts to glow, boring into you, you almost feel this windedness coming over you, this heaviness in your chest that's even more than the squeezing of this creature.
But you're not frightened.
You're not frightened.
No, but I
you-
can't move.
You do take 15 necrotic damage.
I take an additional 15
An
across.
additional 15 necrotic damage.
No.
Okay, you see Mrs. Q slump.
No.
And in addition to that, you see on top of the other gray on Mrs. Q, you see some gray just plaster across her face
Shoot.
as she starts to lose her color.
No. No.
Okay, that is it for its turn. Apoc, you are up.
Oh my god. Guys, how do we stop this?
Elle, you're on deck.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna do my own thing. You see
The
Apoc.
book.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Great minds think alike, eh? As he takes off and runs, I think I can get to here. 30 feet. And I'm going to take a shot at the Corvum. I would have went as close to Basil as I could to stay out of range of this dude.
Okay.
Man, you're going point
So
blank.
you were right here, yeah? You were right about here?
Yeah, I was right there, so I
So-
went up
So
diagonally.
this,
No, just up one.
This here?
Yeah.
And you would have had to come here.
No, another diagonal.
So Basil is currently 10. Well, okay. Yeah,
I
I'll
thought
give
he's
that to you.
large, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. You're good. You're good. You're able to make it
Okay.
without getting too close to the creature.
And I'm gonna take a shot at the Corvum.
At the Corvum, okay.
With my first action.
You see this Corvum crouched behind as he's furiously
Yeah.
flipping through this leather-bound book. Who just looks up as you turn the corner. Go ahead.
First attack. This is with help, so that advantage.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 20.
Yeah, that's a nat 20.
Boom.
19 and 20.
Oh, please don't kill this guy.
Do
We'll
it.
see.
Okay.
I mean, it's not with Jeremy doing damage. It's with Jeremy forcing him 15 feet into the middle of the room.
Okay.
With his troops of fleas marching behind him. So I'm going to roll double dice, but you're also going to need to roll... it is a DC 12 strength throw. So I get no Hunter's Mark, no Jeremy. But I do, with the Piercer, roll a d6. Yeah, just one additional damage die, so 2d8. I can re-roll one of them. It's a great re-roll. 9. It's going to be 9 doubled is 18, plus 4 is 22 points of piercing damage.
Ooh. Okay.
And did he save his strength throw?
He did not.
So he gets shifted 15 feet into the center of the room.
Okay. I can move him and you just tell me if it's where you want him
So
to be.
almost like right beside the creature.
I want him right here.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
15, so he's next to... Actually, no, I want him right here. And then with him being in the center of the room, I'm going to take my second shot at him with my second attack.
At the Corvum?
Holding the book. Unless you can let me grapple with my second, which I think I can do. I'm going to grapple him instead. Trying to hold him there.
Second attack.
In which case he would need to be next to me. Because grapple, I'm certain
Is grapple
he
a
can.
full action or
No.
just an attack?
It's an attack.
It's an attack?
I'm
okay.
confident
I trust
about
you.
that
Go
one.
for it.
I mean, it's contested, right?
Yeah.
Strength.
Wait, that's incorrect. It's just contested.
It's usually athletics.
Is it athletics?
Yes.
14?
Yeah, easy. He rolled a
Alright,
two.
he's held. He is grappled.
So as you grapple him, he just kind of looks at you just like, just don't kill it, let me help!
And I'm grabbing his hands basically, so he can't move. And I'm hoping he also can't flip through pages.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna see if he drops the book.
Okay.
As he's been forced out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him a strength check in order to see if he can hold on to this book.
Okay.
Well, with the -1 he doesn't.
Oh.
Alright.
Alright.
The book has fallen as he's been forced out, and you go and grab onto his hands, and he looks that there is no book there. I'm gonna say it's fallen. Let's say this stool right here is now the book.
Maitland's going for it.
Or I guess
Okay,
where
then.
you would have pulled him out. Well, it would have flown. Yeah, right
That's-
about here.
Yep, DM's call.
Yeah. So right about here, and you do see like the liquids are starting to just ease and ooze
Oh, no.
their way.
Oh, no.
So,
Save the book.
and as it has fallen, it has fallen closed, and you see this like leather-bound book with a small like bird skull that's been sewn into the front. It looks creepy as fuck. As the Corvum is just starting to fight off with you. It was under my control until you came here. Let go, I can help.
You said was.
Was.
Yeah.
And I can get it back. Let go.
I think you've done your part.
It's gonna be your turn, Apoc.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Nice.
At the end of your turn,
100% on board.
at the end of your turn, the creature, out of the corner of its eye, looking at you, seeing you grappling its master, is going to use a legendary action to move towards you and drag Mrs. Q's limp body and Aurora 10 feet closer to you.
Nice.
So,
Yes.
come on.
Bring me closer.
So it's going
Move
to
for me,
basically-
skeleton. Be my legs.
So it's kind of like holding them up off the ground a little as it just sort of steps over the or through the puddle, seemingly unaffected for now. Beside its master, before looking dead at you, Apoc, as you are holding on to its master. The red eyes burning, that like pearlescence of its bones still shimmering. Elle, you are up.
So he's not going to do anything, he's just moving?
That was his legendary action, was to drag.
Okay.
But that was a single action.
Well, save Mrs. Q. Save Mrs. Q.
So Elle hasn't seen anything but Basil's butt and Apoc running into the room.
So you
She's seen nothing of this.
So Basil moved before Mrs. Q went unconscious, like
Okay.
before she was dragged. You did see all of this, but now you would still have line of sight at this point because Basil's out of the way, tucked
Okay.
around the corner. Yeah, you'd still have line of sight.
Okay, Elle's gonna take her movement to get into the room.
Awesome. I can also
See?
move it if it's misbehaving on your end.
Oh, I didn't try. Okay.
Yay!
You made it.
Just looking around at it's that I walked into the room and everything's literally going to shit.
You see the liquids on the ground, your friends are grappled, Mrs. Q is hanging limply in the talon of this thing.
Basil's cowering.
Basil
in
is
the
still
corner.
shaking, Apoc has this dwarven
Corner
hell.
brain's
Get it,
oh
Apoc.
no.
It is chaos.
Okay,
Oh,
so
man.
Elle's gonna bonus action cast Healing Word on Mrs. Q. Because it's not a concentration spell, I still can I still keep concentration on my enhance ability?
You can.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do that. So 1d4 plus 2. I got a new d4. It's really look how cute it is.
Whoa! That's awesome.
Like a little diamond. Alright, let's see if it rolls well. It doesn't. That's a 1 plus 2, so you have 3 hit points.
That's
Hey,
still
you're up.
being alive. How do I make it go back?
If you
Oh.
click on it, yeah.
Healing.
And just add your hit points back.
Nope, that's 4. Why did it do that? I said 3.
Alright, so as Mrs. Q comes back to consciousness, Elle,
Play change.
that was your bonus action. Anything else?
That
on
was
your
my
turn?
bonus action.
Whew. Thank you.
I'm so tiny and so tired. Elle's gonna cast another cantrip. She's gonna cast. Do I actually want to do this? Yeah, she's gonna cast Thorn Whip on the creature.
Okay. Yes. Go for it.
Melee attack. Oh man, what's my melee? Oh my god, I never actually physically attack anything.
Would be good.
Whip it good.
This isn't at any disadvantage because I'm exhausted?
Not yet.
Not okay. Okay. 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Ooh, okay.
Hits. Okay, so it takes 1d6 piercing damage,
Alright. Roll it up.
and if the creature is large or smaller, you pull the creature up to 10 feet closer to you.
So the creature is large. So it
Okay.
walked 10 feet and is about to get yanked 10 feet back.
Ah.
Alright. So roll that damage. Roll the damage first. And then it's gonna just drag the two with it.
Now, does the Corvum leave my melee range?
4 damage.
4 damage. Alright, and it gets
Argue
yanked
that.
10 feet back.
No.
Okay, so it pretty much gets yanked back to where it was. Taking... I'm gonna say it's probably gonna get yanked back in a straight line to you, right? Taking these guys with it.
Hello.
And Elle is also gonna yell, Birdman! Is this guy is this guy magic?
You yell that out. He's currently fighting with Apoc. He's just... Yes!
Okay.
No need to be
And
a
that's-
dick about
And
it.
that's my turn.
That is your turn. Okay, that does shape. At the end of your turn now, it's going to use its last legendary action and being confused. Okay, being confused as to how it got dragged back. It was almost like walking and then you yanked it back, dragging Mrs. Q and Aurora with you, or with them, with it. As it turns around to see where the whip came from, seeing you holding the other end, it is going to use its legendary action to sort of just toss Mrs. Q to the side and reach out to grab you instead.
Fudge!
Damn.
Oh, that's the wrong dice. That still would have hit though. Yeah, it hits. It hits.
Are you sure? It beats 11?
26.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
A little bit.
Alright, as it reaches out to grab you, that's also the wrong dice. Why can't I see any of them here? You take 8 points of slashing damage and are now grappled in the claw of this thing.
But Mrs. Q is out, right?
Mrs. Q has been basically just like tossed to the side. I'm gonna say you do land sort of prone as it just kind of threw you to the side, but is now currently reaching out and grappling you.
Hey,
You're all
Elle.
still clustered around it though.
Hey.
Aurora, you are dangling right above like the cauldron contents at this point.
Hey, Elle. Welcome to the Cobble Friends.
What?
Building a podcast up there.
Basil, you are up. Oh, that was
Still frightened, I assume.
you are still frightened.
Close. How close are you to me?
Mrs. Q, you're on deck.
Oh, you're no longer. You're right side up.
But I'm prone,
Oh, okay. Well,
so it'll take half my movement to get
I'm
up.
saying like, but you're not like.
You're not unconscious.
Yeah, I'm alive.
You got 3 hit points, I think.
3, yes.
Better than none.
Yep.
Oh my gosh! I could have done something.
You did something last turn.
Okay. All right. Question: when can someone do a reaction type thing? I don't know.
So it depends on the reaction. Usually there's like a trigger for the reaction. What are you looking at?
So I want to use my Gifts of the Oak bracelet.
Gifts of the
Ooh.
Oak bracelet.
Yeah. So I have one of the acorns is on the bracelet. I can do something, but it's labeling it as a reaction.
Is it the first one, the one of spring?
I was looking at the silver acorn of winter, the very last one.
So for this particular one, essentially, if you see, you can look up the spell. That's the name of the spell. And essentially, for this reaction to trigger, you would have to see somebody casting, and you would
Okay,
try
sure,
to
sure,
reverse
sure,
that.
sure,
So
sure, sure. So, okay, yeah. So rather than, because my thinking was hearing Elle ask the question, oh, is this magic? But that doesn't count.
it's not, not the right spell.
Okay. And we're not trying to kill the bird dude? The other bird dude? Like the not monster dude?
You do you. You do whatever you want. Just be aware that because you're still frightened, any attack you take while the creature is within your sight is still a disadvantage.
But I have advantage on strength? Is that what it is?
You have advantage on strength from Elle, but disadvantage because of the frightened, so it'd be a straight roll on your strength.
Okay. Can I, and Aurora is still grappled?
Aurora is grappled and now Elle is grappled. Mrs. Q has been just tossed to the side.
Can I,
Grappled and loving it.
because Elle is literally right beside me, can I just like try and ungrapple her? Like,
You're gonna tug of war Elle?
yeah, or just like try and just, because it's not really an attack. I'm just trying to like pry this scary thing off of her.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I will, yes. I said yes a lot there. Yes, if you are going to try and pry Elle out of the grapple, I need you to go ahead and make a strength check for me.
Straight check.
Straight roll.
So it's a straight roll.
Where's my strength?
No, it's a 13.
That's a 15.
That is very deceptive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I need to
because
fill
of
in
the-
the 3.
Okay.
So that's a 15.
That's a 15. As you reach out, Basil, still shaking, grabbing Elle, she almost starts to like shake from your quivering. As you pull and pull and pull and close your eyes, and you do feel the cobble fright's grip loosen just enough that you're able to pull Elle free.
Well done.
Barely. So
Uh,
Elle is no longer grappled by the cobble fright.
I will once again just yell out, Apoc! to cast help again.
It's
And
this
then-
big baby in the corner. I love it.
And then at the end of my turn, you'll see, just for like optics, the, how do you say the word?
Malachite.
Anyways, you see like from this bracelet that is around Sir Basil's sword, like a turquoise light, and it kind of just washes over him, and he's just like, from 1 second being like, just like shakes it off, and he just like gets like this. It's game time, and he's no longer fighting.
Hey,
Nice.
phew.
And that gem is expended now.
Yes, correct.
Alrighty. Okay. Just want to check in with everyone. Do we need a break? 5 minutes?
I'm gonna have to.
Jumping right back in, up at the top of the round, the Corvum that is currently being held by Apoc is going to just kind of look at the creature being pulled away from you, Basil ripping Elle out of the creature's grip, and is going to try and just break out of yours, Apoc, as his eyes land on the book. So, athletics for him, athletics or acrobatics for you to hang on.
Help action is just my next action.
I don't know. It just says you offer help.
If it says just next action or next roll,
Or does it have
I think it's next roll.
like a time?
Where do you see it?
Help.
you can use the help action
It's
as
a
a
bonus.
bonus action.
So that's best for me casting it though.
Mhm.
So I don't know what that means for the person that's
Yeah,
being applied
it's
to.
just on your next roll because it's just a help action. So yeah, whatever your next roll is.
Cool. Oh yeah, he's staying with me.
What'd you roll?
22.
Oh yeah.
You go win.
You rolled pretty high, but yeah, as he tries to break out, you're just kind of holding him there and just sort of like, let go.
Get rid of it.
I can't.
Oh, I can't let go then.
You don't know how magic works, do you?
I do. I have a magic necklace.
Then let go.
No.
As this argument is going on in the corner. Aurora, as you are currently being grappled and held, just sort of, pretty much flailing as you're being held just
Like a
off the
roller,
ground.
like a kid on a roller coaster.
You, being dragged back up. You start to see that cauldron the liquid that had been knocked over and the vials that had broken and shattered on the ground, as the two puddles of liquid actually like connect and just start to mix and swirl and
Nice.
bubble. Can you roll a d6 for me, please?
Ooh. 4. Go with it.
A 4? Okay.
Yeah, let's go. All in.
Alrighty. As you see this just start to mix around, and black smoke just starts to ooze out and fill this space. As it seems that a darkness has taken over the room.
Oh.
Oh, I can't move it. Can I move it? Can you please let me move it? Grab and move? Okay, stemming from here. A 20-foot range. Is that gonna work? Come on, I played with this yesterday. That's not what I want. Okay, not working.
You try to like fill it?
I'm trying to fill it, yes. Got it. Alright, so as the darkness starts to spread, Apoc, you see the Corvum you're holding on to. You can still feel him, but he disappears in darkness as it engulfs him. Aurora, your vision goes absolutely black as it engulfs you, and the creature also fades into darkness.
Ooh.
That's not good.
Ooh.
Oh, jeez.
As you can no longer see as this darkness just fills
Yeah.
the space.
Yeah.
So, but it only fills the circle.
So the circle right now is where the darkness is.
Yeah.
And did the creatures disappear for you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You can no longer see those creatures as they are hiding or covered. Steph is dying. As they are just covered in the darkness.
Okay, so everyone on the outside can't see in, and everyone inside can't see diddly.
So everyone on the outside cannot see inside at all.
Okay.
Everyone on the inside, Aurora, you still feel the hand grabbing you, and Apoc, you can still feel that you are grabbing onto the Corvum, but you do not see shit.
Okay.
Mrs. Q, you're up.
Oh dear.
Aurora on deck.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Oh, and that book is also in the darkness.
Damn it.
Just made it in the radius.
Yeah. Oh, this is good. I love this.
I guess you wouldn't have seen the creature move, so you could assume that it's in the same spot.
It's for the lulz.
I guess.
You'd just be attacking blind.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you roll great, you roll great.
Yeah, you could attack, but it would be blind. Can you buy me another cookie?
Which would mean it would be at disadvantage. Righto.
That's the buckets.
These are so good.
You can see, so can't use that.
As a reminder, you are also prone.
Yeah. Well, first things first, I get up.
Great.
So I am now standing up. I move to stand in front of Elle because I am concerned that she's gonna get squished. And then I
Elle isn't being held.
So Basil was able to break the grapple on Elle.
That's what it was.
gosh, I don't know what I can do to help this situation. Nothing. I can do nothing. Okay.
You can always hold your action too.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold my Word of Radiance cantrip
Okay.
until I can see it.
Perfect. All right, Aurora.
Okay.
I'm ready. Maybe.
So Maitland doesn't rely on sight.
Great.
So he's going to go grab the book because that was the last thing I told him to do on my last turn. He continues to perform the action to the best of his ability until he completes the task.
Okay.
So that doesn't so that doesn't require me an action.
Okay. Now the book is also in the darkness. Is it Maitland that doesn't require sight to execute the
No,
action, or
he's
you?
a- He's an invisible, mindless, shapeless medium force that just bends to the will of the universe.
Okay. He's got the book.
Handy in this particular
Let's-
situation.
I think I'm gonna tell him to like once he's got the book, I'll use my bonus action to tell him how far away would he have been? So we're
From you? Or from the book?
that'd be about 15 feet, right?
Yes.
I think that's all he can move.
Yeah.
That's his limit for movement on a turn is 15. So in that case, I'll say, Apoc, if you can hear me,
Yeah.
don't let that bird guy go.
Okay.
Bardic inspiration. And then I'm gonna cast ambush prey with my action, and we will see what happens when the darkness reveals itself.
Okay.
I go invisible is what happens.
Is what happens. Okay, great. I trust you to know and figure it out. Okay. Alright, so it is the creature's turn now, who cannot see anything. But it still has you in its grasp, Aurora.
Correct.
Invisible or not. So
Correct.
once more, that crushing
The
is
double
going
can't
to
see you.
crush over it. As you can almost hear the creature sort of just clicking, like kind of wiggling back and forth, almost like it's trying to locate and find a way out. I need you to make a textbook. Strength saving throw.
14. I'm gonna assume minus. No, plus 0, so 14.
14. As you try and struggle out, it just squeezes you a little bit too hard and keeps you in place as you take another 15 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, hellish rebuke.
Nice.
Okay, that's a dex save, yeah?
Yes, please. As the ghost just invisibly in the dark, you just hear
What is your save?
15.
It fails.
Okay, so that's 9 plus 1. 10 points of necrotic damage.
10 points of necrotic damage. Okay. I mean, now that it has a source of something that has attacked it,
Nice.
how's this work again? Once at the start of its turn, okay. It is gonna make all 3 attacks at you at disadvantage, Aurora.
Okay.
Okay.
I got it.
At disadvantage. So that is going to be a 15 for the first one.
That hits. You roll the damage, please.
Okay. Oh no, are you really that low?
Yep.
Eric,
I was doing great.
why do you make me do this? What is it? 1d8 plus 4. 9 points of damage for the first
I'm
one.
out.
But we won't
I
know
had
because
9.
we can't see you.
This is like last time where we didn't realize that he was dead.
No, that time we didn't realize he was even unconscious yet.
Yeah.
The creature still has 2 more attacks.
Yep.
At disadvantage. Oh, boy.
It's melee, right?
It is melee.
Oh my gosh.
10 to hit.
Yeah.
A 10 hits you.
Yeah.
2 failed death saves.
Yeah.
Last attack.
Maitland drops the book.
Are you kidding? What?
Nobody can see that, no.
No one can see
Yeah.
What is Aurora's last words, thoughts?
I need another character.
it. Maitland, I'm coming to meet you.
Aww.
Stop.
Oh my god.
So does this mean, like, technically that you have, like, is it because the number of hit points that he lost was more than his?
So the first hit took him out unconscious, and you
Yeah.
have 3 death saves.
Yeah.
For a melee attack, as long as the creature hits you, it's a critical. So you lose 2 death saves,
Oh.
and the creature had 2 attacks.
Ah.
So I took 4 death saves.
So at disadvantage, I rolled a 6 and a 3 to attack,
Oh dear.
plus their bonuses. The lowest was a 7. Or a 10, sorry.
Oh
So
my gosh. Okay.
so you do hear Maitland, I'm coming to meet you from the darkness.
Wow.
Eric, I'm so sorry.
Cool.
As
Cool.
the
Cool. Cool. Cool.
creature feeling you go limp, it still has its movement. It's not very clever. It's just gonna move in a random direction. Okay, that's its turn. Apoc, you're up.
How did Aurora communicate with Maitland? Was it telepathic? Was it verbal?
It was verbal.
It was verbal. Okay, so I would have heard that you sent Maitland over there. So I wouldn't act on that. Okay, he said not to let this guy go, or she said not to let this guy go.
I would say you do hear just like a thunk, and that's about it from the darkness as well.
We would probably hear
Apoc would
Aurora's,
be the one to hear that. You guys
I
would
heard
hear
a thunk
Aurora
in
say,
there.
the
yeah.
last words. Okay.
You hear
Was
a
it a
thunk.
similar thunk as when?
It is a thunk of something hitting the ground.
Oh man, I can't lose another friend. I gotta do something, and I'm gonna rush into the darkness and try and find this beast.
What?
'Cause I have an idea.
Are you going to let go of the Corvum or pull him with you?
We'll see how far I get. Can I hold him and just rotate us? So can I get to the other side while still holding?
Sure.
Into the darkness?
Okay. As he becomes visible, rotating, you keeping one eye on him.
Well, I don't expect to switch spots with him. I just turn around him.
Oh, I understand. Okay, so you're holding on to him, so he's still invisible.
Yeah.
So you still have an eye on him. and
Into the darkness. Can I feel the monster?
You do not have to rush far, as you rush into the darkness and bang up against bone, a rib cage right in front of you.
Yeah, you do.
I can feel the bone.
Yes, you can feel the bone.
With my one hand, I guess I would need 2 hands to do this. I want to. Can I grab a bone freely? Is that difficult?
Like one of the
Stop it, Eric.
Leave him alone, he just died.
Like.
You can grab like one of the rib bones. That's like basically just a rib cage around. You can reach up and grab one, easy enough.
Okay, Eric, can I use your arm as an example? I want to grab onto the bone with my finger.
It's a rib.
Or
It's
the
a
rib with my finger.
Mm-hmm.
With my other hand, take off the ring of weight. Oh!
Okay.
Very nice.
Uh-huh. Are you just doing it on the rib? Because like...
Well, I can't see it, right? So whatever the biggest bone that I could grab.
Like if you want to aim for his arm, for example,
Okay.
I will give you like a perception check to aim for his arm.
Sure.
Or like...
We'll see if I can find a big bone.
As a rib cage
Find
is
the
kind of
big
going like
bone!
this, right? It's
Yeah.
not something that you could like, easily put it on. You could try and aim for like the scapula or his arm
A
or
surface, like a bone
Okay,
surface.
just give me a perception check.
That's pretty good. 17 was the roll. Perception is a +4, so 21. I want to get it onto.
What do you want to aim for?
I want to put it on something that'll slam this bird into the ground.
The highest you'd be able to reach, because this is large, would be the
Yeah.
The shoulder. Okay. I want to drop the wing of weight.
wing of weight.
We'll drop the wing of weight. The
Drop the
shoulder.
wing of weight. Okay. You're just gonna put it on. You're gonna take it off. I don't know if this would be an attack roll because you can feel it.
I think it's an action. If it's what I'm doing.
I would think so.
Feeling around, trying to
This
find a
process
spot to
unfold.
drop this. It's
Yeah, I would say that's your action
okay.
to do that. And as you do Apoc, pulling it off, you had to let go of the courtroom.
Yeah.
So you no longer know where he is. But you pull the ring of weight off and let it just fall onto this bone. And this... Yeah. You hear this just like crack, like echo throughout the room. And... Yeah. You hear this crack echo throughout the room and then just some like tink, 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 and a flop is what you hear. And you hear this creature, you being the closest, screech in pain.
That's not good.
Just roll me. Sorry. Roll me. Sorry. roll me a d6 because it
5.
did stuff. Okay. All right. Okay, that's your action, Apoc. As you hear this creature scream,
Very
the
nicely
flop.
done.
Very
That's a good idea.
Can I run back out to where I was? Would I know how to get there?
Yeah, I'll say. Yeah, you have enough movement that if you were to turn around and just sprint back out.
I'm just feeling Corvum, basically. Not to
should I
grab, just to
sprint
get
back
into
out?
the area. Yeah.
Yeah, are you sprinting out?
Just to the Corvum. I just want to get to the Corvum because I was told not to let go of him, and I let go of him, but.
So you basically turn around looking and you hit Feathers
Okay.
as he is like right next to you.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, that's Apoc's go. Elle, you are up. Basil on deck.
So we have no.
I think this is
Can
really
we?
low, just
We can hear
drops.
things, but we can't see anything that's happening in there.
Correct. You see nothing. It is just dark smoke.
But you would have just heard the creature shriek. So, like, you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it still very much sounds alive and functioning, right?
You do hear like thrashing and like movements of footsteps and stuff like that. Yes.
Okay. So Ella's gonna see Mrs. Q in front of her again. She's gonna bonus action do another healing word on her.
Okay. Go for it.
At first level. Okay, that's so she gets 6 more hit points. She's just gonna kind of sigh and say, "Well, Birdman said he was magic," and she's gonna cast Dispel Magic into the darkness, hoping it will penetrate the darkness rather than dispel the darkness itself, but she doesn't care. She's tired.
Okay. As you dispel magic,
I love it. Such a good player.
Oh yeah.
as you dispel magic, not super focused on what it is you're doing or trying to aim for, and as you kind of just
I will say the spell says choose one creature, object, and magical effect. Elle wants this to hit the creature.
wants it to hit the creature.
It-
Okay.
It doesn't say it has to see it, it just has to be within range.
Okay. Okay. As you let go of your dispel magic, focusing on that freaky creature that you saw first, you can sense that it found the creature, but that there's a little more to this creature than just a spell, as it doesn't seem to have worked. That is your turn, Elle.
Mrs. Q, you got 6 more hit points, and she's gonna shrug and be like,
Thank you.
that's literally all I got, guys.
Thank you.
At the end of your turn, Elle, nobody sees this, but Apoc, you feel as something tries to just whip out and scratch at you.
No.
At disadvantage. Does an 18 hit you?
I think so. Yeah.
as you feel this claw grab onto your back, the creature whipping around to grab onto you, you take 7 points of slashing damage as it just hooks around your chest, holding you in place.
Correction, I take 2 points of slashing damage
You take
as
2 points
he
of
slashes into my spiny shield, in which he takes 5 points of piercing damage.
Nice.
With all of these hits, you can start to hear the creature shrieking more and more often, but still maintaining its grip on you with its legendary action. Basil, you are up.
Grip on who?
On you.
When did it grip me?
It reached out,
Okay.
It just
grabbed
gripped me?
onto you.
Okay.
It does damage as part of its
Gotcha.
grab,
I can't
but with
resist
its... no.
Okay, it's not a
Because
check
it was
or
a
anything.
roll to hit.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to try and escape the grab, you can, but it is a grab as part of its attack.
Okay.
Basil, you're up. Mrs. Q, you're on deck.
Okay. I think that Sir Basil, being very eager to get into this fight, is gonna
And
just
can't see anything.
yes, but he was able to hear the something like fall on the ground and then the shriek of the monster,
Mm-hmm.
right?
And you've been hearing like shuffling footsteps, shrieking of the monster, shouts from Apoc and the Corvum.
So I think based on that, like he's just gonna just rush in, just wild swing down.
Oh man, please don't make me.
You're just gonna rush in a wild swing down, okay?
Oh my god, this is gonna be.
So as Basil rushes into the
So
darkness,
I'll be going just straight in.
You're
So
going
like
straight in?
seeing, yeah, like essentially trying to go as close to where you heard the shriek and just slash.
okay. As you run straight in, Basil, weapon held aloft, your feet just sort of like push aside, like squishy object here, hard object here, as you run forward. Sorry. Go ahead and make an attack at disadvantage.
My fur was so soft.
Oh my
I'm
God.
moisturized every day.
Shoot. So the first one's only 10.
That's a miss. As you swing wide, a little perturbed by whatever it is your feet are hitting.
Okay, and then the second one. Jeez. Yeah, it still misses.
Okay.
The 20 there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Um.
Right.
Is there still bardic inspiration for you?
In that case, then.
Bro, I'm dead.
Bro, I'm dead.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Anything else on your turn, Basil?
All I can do is help. So it's just like
It's pretty good.
I'll just yell. Apoc, where are you?
You've been on April the whole time.
Just kind of like, Apoc, are you there?
Yes.
You trying just like as if like I'm trying to like get to him up there.
Okay. All right. At the end of your turn, you can feel the creature, like you sense it sort of moving around you, but it is like black in front of your eyes. The creature is going to use a legendary action to try and drag.
Again?
And it is going
Birds are
to
descendants of dragons.
drag.
I thought there was like a maximum number of legendary actions.
Or gain some on each round.
So it is going to drag Apoc, you, as you get pulled along with it, your vision comes back as you are able to see face to face with this creature.
Hey.
But you don't see anybody else.
Okay.
None of your friends around this plume of smoke.
Where are we?
I made you visible again. You're at the back. Can you not see?
No, my thing. I think because I tab out.
So you're
I have
basically
to refresh it. I'll get it in a second.
You're basically at the back of the room now.
Okay. Oh, I does that.
Back to the top of the round, it is the Corvum's turn. As Basil, you can also
you can have,
feel
dual
some
squid.
shuffling
Nice.
around you, and you hear just like a
Wait, this
shit,
hasn't
where's
been
the
updated.
book?
No, you're in a different one.
As the Corvum is going to just
That's who's
move.
doing me too.
Well, you can
Just reveal
sense
the
it
page.
sort of moving away, and yeah, he would know how he got in, so he would be able to make it out. And behind you, Apoc, you see the Corvum appear, frantically looking around, face to face with you and this creature.
Can he do anything?
You can see him frantically looking, as he is going to. Can he do this? Do this? As he is going to just sort of like clench one fist, desperately trying to look around, and almost out of the corner of his eye, just reach out towards this creature, and you feel this just wave of cool just hit you, hit the back of you, as he is going to attempt to hit it with a chill touch, and does.
It or me?
It.
Okay.
Creature. You can see the frost start to build up sort of around the arm that's holding you as the creature just sort of looks at the damage.
I did take damage though. I dropped my Hunter's Mark concentration.
Okay. Alright, as you feel the bone just start to chill, the Corvum frantically looking around for the book, you can see him start to flip over some of the chairs and just move some of the broken potion vials out of the way, looking around. Next.
Blindly looking around?
Blindly just starting to look around for something. Let's just go around the table. Apoc, can you roll a d6 for me?
Sure. 2.
Really?
Can you confirm?
Well, it's a 3, but no, it's a 2.
All right. As the
1 in 6 odds.
all right, as you finally have visual here, you. Where are we here? Can I do this? The dark sort of like circular cloud, the sphere of darkness that had appeared in the middle of the room, starts to lighten and sort of shift and change color to this light gray. As instead of this darkness, you almost feel like condensation immediately hit your snouts. As a... well, it's more or less the same thing. Where is it? As a cloud of fog. A cloud of fog instead takes its place, still barring some visual, but less oppressive for those that are still in there. So Basil, you can see your hand when you put it in front of your face now.
Okay.
Just still a little hard to see the rest of your friends.
But those outside the circle still can't see the creature?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So those on one side of the creature, or of the fog, cannot see the other. The only difference really is Basil, you can actually sort of see your hand in front of your face now.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Q. I was about to say Aurora on deck, but now I feel bad. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It's good. I feel like that's what would happen because we went for the Corvum instead of the big damagey thing.
Mhm.
So I am not hurt at all.
I'm a little bit hurt.
Just
Mrs.
inside.
Q.
I'm crying on the inside.
Oh, additionally, Basil, you would see this. Mrs. Q and Elle, you kind of see, rough sort of shapes-ish kind of moving around in there. You look down at your feet and you see Aurora
Oh, okay.
at your feet. You also see bones sort of scattered around, big bones. You are currently grappled by the only arm that this Cobblefright has left.
Ooh.
Missed those details, my apologies. Continue,
It's because we
Basil.
couldn't see it before.
Can
See
I
it
add a
before,
little bit
but
of
you
flair?
Yes,
I want to
absolutely.
say Aurora's like death pose. It's like her laying on the ground, but like one arm is up over her like face and the other one's pointed out, like she's dabbing.
With the Uggs and everything.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Come on. It's literally the least I could do. Alright, Mrs. Q.
So, just to confirm, I can't see the creature, but I'm seeing a cloud of fog,
Mm-hmm.
and it's taking up. Oh, okay. The circle's still there.
It's like super heavily obscured, so
Yeah.
the deeper in you try to see, the less you can see, but you can sort of see something at the edge just
Okay.
moving around.
And is
shuffling.
it dark?
It is like a silhouette of a big creature.
Gotcha. Okay.
We're having refreshers too.
Mrs. Q, unsure about like this whole like changing weather thing that's happening, grabs the nearest candle on a table or whatever, or something that's on fire, and moves straight into the thing. The
You want to go
fog.
in? You don't want to go around or anything?
Well, no, I don't know that it's here, do I? So I'm just gonna go in.
You guys were on the other side.
Would you know where you are?
I was there before. Yeah, I would say so.
You haven't lost orientation.
The
of
room is
so
still the room.
is still the room.
Okay. Mrs. Q, using the torch or whatever it is she grabbed, moves into the fog, towards the voices that she just heard of Apoc yelling,
Okay.
to try and find this thing. And she goes to the edge of her. She keeps walking either until she reaches her maximum distance that she can move, or she sees the thing.
You're looking for the creature specifically?
I'm looking for the creature specifically.
Okay. You are able to make it almost to the exit of the. Sorry. You're able to make it almost to the far side of the cloud, and as you're sort of walking forward, you do sort of make out Basil, his large form looming as a silhouette. You can almost see like the shine of his armor as you pass by him. But you don't make it your full movement before you see the looming shadow of the monster, the cobble fright.
I don't see it yet.
You do, but it's more of a silhouette.
Is that enough for my held action that requires me to see something to be used?
Yeah, absolutely. Your held action is like technically gone now, but you can. It's your full action. Sort of thing.
Okay.
It's your turn now.
How come it's gone?
So your held action was as soon as I see it, I release the action for this turn. That round is up. It's your turn again. So you have
okay.
your whole action bonus.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay. In which case, I'll still use it. I'm still going to use Word of Radiance on it.
What do I have to do for that?
Con save.
Pretty good.
13.
Roll the 17.
Bugger. That's a shame.
Oops.
Okay.
Didn't roll that.
Can I even do anything?
Apoc, you're coming up as well.
Healing word.
Shoot it.
No, Mrs. Q is just going to stand there with the candle in the middle of the fog because she can't do
Okay.
anything.
All right, as you see this cobble fright just looming, you can see one skeletal arm outstretched holding another figure that you can't quite make out because it is smaller than the cobble fright. It is the cobble fright's turn, and now that you can see it, Apoc, the bones are like cracked and dislocated. You can see just like shards of it down its body. One of it's stuck in its ribs from its broken arm. You can see like cracking on its beak. As the red eyes burn once more, and it's going to squeeze you once more. I need a strength save.
Strength save. Okay. Action, skills, saves. That's a 5. Plus 3, 8.
An 8? Okay,
8.
it's not enough. So you are going to take 7 bludgeoning damage
Okay.
as it holds on to you. Now I'm going to say because it is missing an arm, it does lose one of its multi-attacks. So instead of 3 attacks, it's just going, well, actually, well, it still has a beak.
Do you? I'm healthy as a boar.
What makes it healthy as a boy?
Yeah, I tanked all the damage early.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it lost one of its multi-attacks, as it only has the ability to make 2 quick strikes with its beak instead of 3, because it lost an arm. So it's going to go ahead and make 2 attacks at you with its beak, just trying to like grab and pierce into your shoulders.
So is
as
that
it
including the
squeezes you.
7 or on top of the 7?
This is gonna be on top of the 7.
Okay.
The 7 just happens.
Yeah.
That one misses. That one hits.
16 is the number.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct, it is the number. As the beak just sort of almost disorienting, you're able to just sort of move out of the way in time. But the beak does hit you for not a lot. 5 slashing damage as it just pierces into your shoulder. And as it's holding on to you, as a secondary effect of that, you can feel almost like a warmth radiating from the skeleton now. As the eyes flare, the opalescent bone starts once more, and you feel yourself getting heavy and heavy and heavy. I need a con save.
Save. 18. Oh, nat 20!
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
This die is doing a number tonight.
Don't jinx it.
Okay. As you start to feel a little heavier, you're able to just kind of shake it off, and it is familiar to you, this feeling. You take 4 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah, I've got resistance to familiar feelings.
Say that one more time.
I have resistance to familiar feelings.
You take 4 points of necrotic damage. And your hit point maximum is reduced.
Is it a poison?
It is not.
Okay. My maximum is reduced by 4?
Yes. And as you kind of feel and take that hit, the trickle of blood from your shoulder, as you look over at it, you see it turn from this red, the burning scarlet of blood, to this like dull gray as it bleeds from you. And one of the cracks on the beak of the cobblefright seems to just mend itself back into place.
No.
Apoc, you're up.
Remind me, is it disadvantaged for bow and melee range?
Yes, it is. Elle, you're on deck. Oh, you disappeared. I hope you can still hear us. You're on deck.
Yeah, I can still hear. My mom just needed to go through the background and she's in her bathroom.
Oh.
Good call.
Yeah, we get a YouTube strike for that one.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Is this still piercing? Yeah, it's piercing. Perfect. Apoc's gonna put away his bow and pull out the spear from on his back, and just start jabbing into it from. Is he below or held above? Like, how is this? Is he jabbing down or jabbing up?
Yeah, it's still holding on to you. You're kind of like under it as its beak is over top of it.
Alright, I'm gonna jab at the other scapula.
At the other scapula? Okay. Go ahead and make an attack.
First attack. It's probably gonna miss. That's a 7.
That's a miss.
10. Second attack.
You're unfortunately
Yeah.
not able to get a good angle to jab into the scapula.
That's
here.
fair.
One arm versus two.
I know.
Yeah, just not able. You're grappled still. It's kind of hard.
Yeah, that's gonna be his turn. Guys, I need some help. It's disarmed.
Should have known that was coming. Alrighty. Elle.
Mr. Wizard guy, can you do something?
At the end of your turn, Apoc.
Yeah. Hey, I've got it.
At the end of your turn, Apoc, it's going to use its legendary actions. Tasting, well, it hasn't really attacked with its beak before, so tasting blood at the grappled thing in its arms, it's going to, like, once more you see the already broken ribs break a little bit more. Basil and Mrs. Q in the fog cloud, you hear this breaking and cracking once more. Basil is just out of range. Apoc, Mrs. Q, and the Corvum need to make me a wisdom saving throw. He's good.
15.
16.
You all once more feel that frightened coming over you, but are able to shake it off this time. Basically being ready for broken mode at this point. Elle, you're up, Basil on deck.
All right. So, from what I see on the map, everyone is in like a different room, or is everyone in this circle?
So Basil and Mrs. Q actually.
You might need to refresh
Yeah.
the. Yeah, it wasn't refreshing for me either.
Oh, okay.
We'll see you in 5 minutes.
No, I literally only see myself.
Yeah, that's what we were seeing earlier too.
Oh.
Yeah, right now I only see myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As things move, I guess it doesn't.
Yeah,
Look, interesting.
Owlbear hasn't. It's been weird since they changed it.
I think it feels better.
Still beta.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, essentially, you're still at the entrance to this laboratory. Basil and Mrs. Q, you don't have eyes on. Aurora, you don't have eyes on. You don't see anybody, actually.
It's
You're
like, whoa.
still there,
Yep.
technically,
Yep.
but you don't have eyes on anybody. Basically, you can see some vague things moving through this fog, but that's about it. You can't tell who is who or anything from this
Actually, I need to
distance.
check something. Oh, you're good. Keep going.
Sorry?
No, you're good.
It's trying to load really hard.
We can come back to you, Elle, if you want.
Oh, no, I see. Okay. So Elle can see still not much.
You
But the
really
Corvum,
can't see-
Apoc, and the Beast are out of the circle.
But it is like
And
a
Elle-
sphere filling the room, so you really can't see the other side of the room from where you are. You do see some vague shapes moving in this fog, but it's hard to tell who they are from this distance.
Okay.
Would she have heard what Apoc said? Like,
You can hear everything.
okay,
yes.
so you would have heard Apoc say, "We're on the other side of the room."
Yeah.
Okay.
Very convenient, he said.
Yeah.
We can talk for a free action.
You can talk. Yeah, you can talk whenever you want.
Can I see the shapes, the outlines of like Basil and Mrs. Q and Aurora?
So you could see a large creature moving around in the fog. At this distance, because it's heavily obscured, you can't quite tell if it's Basil or the creature. They're both relatively the same size, and you're really just getting like this is a darker blotch on something that's already kind of
That's good.
dark, sort of thing.
Okay. But it's not as dark as the thing before.
Correct.
Okay. I guess I'm just more wondering if I can make out shapes because I don't know what I can really do if I can't see or tell if there's anything.
You could walk around the sphere. Aurora just like
She
running
is
through.
15 speed.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, but I only
she
got
can't.
15. I can't go that far.
She's a little slow pup.
Yeah.
I can't see anything within my range that's people.
Like I said, you can see a shape in the fog, but it's hard to tell because it's heavily obscured.
Okay, I can't see dazzling Aurora on the ground.
You can see shapes. You'd have to get closer or
Okay.
enter the fog in order to get a better idea.
Okay, I'm gonna be like, well, and just kind of walk into the fog. Like she's humming, like again, she gets this as serious, but she's really tired.
All right.
Okay, once into the fog, I probably use all my movement to get into the fog. What can I see?
So from where you are, you can see Basil. Like it's still sort of slightly obscured, like a very foggy day, but you can more clearly see Basil, and you can see Aurora at your feet.
Can she see me?
Okay.
So you could see the shape of something else at the far end, at one of the to your left, pretty much, but hard to tell who it is.
Even with my candle?
Even with your candle.
Okay, I can't actually remember where I was previous, but I want to take as much as my movement to go as far into the fog as I can, with the intention that I'm heading towards the other side, but through it.
You can move
So
one more square.
I just want to see where roughly I would be. And as I'm walking, taking my movement, I'll see Aurora and be like, "Come on, this isn't time for sleeping." And she's gonna cast Healing Word on her.
That's so cute. Okay, you cast it.
Can I give her an inspiration for that?
Sure, I guess.
Jeez.
You can only make it one more square. You basically have enough movement to just pass Aurora. You're pretty much in the middle of the fog. So Basil's becoming a little more obscured behind you. The figure in front of you, you can now kind of tell that it's short and stout.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Okay. Can I get any sense of how far this looming, what I think might be the creature is away from me?
From the middle of the fog. It's kind of hard to tell. It is like
Okay.
the foggiest day. You can see your hand, you can see shapes, but distance is pretty hard to tell here. You can take a chance, take a shot.
Okay. There's really not a whole lot I can do. Elle thinks Aurora gets 6 hit points.
You can always hold an action as well if you're unsure.
Fuck! Okay, I'm gonna hold my action, and I just want to double check that this. Yeah. So if that thing comes within, if the biggest shape that I can tell isn't Basil, if it comes within 5 feet of me, Elle's gonna wild shape.
Okay. All right. Basil, you are up. Mrs. Q, you're sort of on deck.
I think it was the last thing Apoc said was help, right? So Basil's gonna as quick as he can, he's gonna just kind of try and head towards where he heard that, and hopefully he comes out of the fucking fog and sees the whole situation.
You're just gonna head towards the sounds.
Yeah. And so would I come out right in front of?
You would basically come out, if you were moving in a straight-ish
Perfect.
line, you'd come out right beside. You can see the shadow sort of moving behind you as you leave your current area, and you see Apoc and the creature.
And I'll say with quick action, he's just gonna try and chop off this thing's arm.
Okay.
That's grappling Apoc.
Go ahead and make an attack. I think this is Basil's first straight attack.
Yeah,
No,
man.
this is
Yeah.
good.
My
Do
gosh.
it. Do it.
And it's at advantage!
Why is it at advantage?
Because I don't think I've broken concentration, or have I been hit?
That's
I've
only
been hit,
for-
haven't I?
That's only for
Checks.
that's only for strength checks, right?
Not attack rolls.
Yeah.
Damn it!
It helped Basil break your grapple. So,
Okay.
all right, go ahead, Basil.
Right, so that's should roll 2 at the same time. Okay, no matter what, I want to do 2 attacks, so I'll roll
Okay.
both.
Roll both your attacks. Okay.
So that's 18 and then 24.
Both hits.
Boom. Okay.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay. All right. So, and because they hit the first one, I will also use my fire rune.
Okay.
So, okay, I'll roll the normal damage first. So that's 8 slashing damage with an additional 6. So that's an additional 6 fire damage. And as it hits, fire shackles are gonna shoot out from underneath it and just try and grapple this thing. And he has to do a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw.
Or the creature needs to do.
Grapples on grapples on grapples.
DC 13.
It failed.
Woo! Okay. So it is now restrained for 1 minute.
It's restrained?
Yes.
Ooh,
Nice.
that's good.
It's still
Okay.
holding on to you.
That's fine. I am
but
fine
it's
with that.
restrained. Yikes.
And as long as it's
Okay.
and so you'll re-roll at the start of its turn every time.
Mm-hmm.
And if it fails, it takes 2d6 fire damage. But that was only my one attack, so I have another attack. Oh, hold on! Because I'm big Hulk too. I do extra damage.
So you only rolled 1 attack so far?
I rolled my 2 attacks.
You rolled your 2 attacks.
Both
okay.
hits.
You only did damage for one.
I
you only did
only did
understand.
damage for the one, but
Okay.
there's still more damage because I'm big. So this is gonna be
You have been waiting for this all
Yes!
my
Yes.
life.
so it's gonna be an additional 4 slashing damage. So that's all the first attack.
Okay.
Not the second attack. So.
Reroll that. That fell.
Yes.
Not bad. Do it.
What was it?
It
So
was
it's
4.
10.
It was it was a 4.
So 12 damage. No, does the fire attack also do?
How much damage was that?
12.
How do you want to do this?
Oh! Okay, I managed
Yes!
to up, slashing the arm. The thing gets restrained, and then just like thinking about when it was shrieking before, it's just gonna try and just ram its sword through its throat.
Nice.
Okay. As the chains wrap around this creature, it falls to the ground, letting out one final shriek as Basil just shoves its sword right through its mouth. The lower jaw of this cobble fright, technically the top half of another bird's skull, just dislocates as the whole skull just twists before falling. The grip loosening on you, Apoc. You can feel the claws that were digging into your spiny back just recede as you're able to push off and just scurry around.
Whew. You don't have, I was so ready for that. I was just like,
You did good.
Oops. As you all take a breath, half of you still locked in the fog cloud. I'm just going to be cognizant of time here at 9:55 and say we might end there for tonight. After a slog of a battle.
I'm good. It's Friday night, but if you want to call it there, that's cool too.
Do you want to keep going for another?
Yeah!
Okay. Okay, all right. We will drop out of initiative at this point, as there is no other imminent threat in the room.
Is the fog still there?
The fog, as it just sort of lingers for another 6 couple seconds before just starting to dissipate, and you can see the liquid on the ground, almost like dried stains that just sort of scatter around where the liquids were. So I can attempt to delete that.
Do we
And
see
you
the book?
see, as the fog dissipates, you see the book pretty much almost being stepped on by Basil. It's right next to his foot. You see Elle, your vision comes back. You see Aurora lying next to you. You see the Corvum just standing in the corner, also able to see the book from where he is. And the bones of the arm that Apoc had dropped off. You see a dent in the floor where a small silver ring sits. Nice. What are you guys doing?
Mrs. Q runs over to Aurora to look for vital signs of life. And presumably...
It's okay, I gave her some hit points. She's okay.
Mrs. Q checks and assumes it's getting a pulse.
Aurora is pretty worse for wear. You can see where the claws have dug into her fur. There's blood splatters all over. You can see... I don't think it ever hit you with that ability. You can see part of her armor has been dented in. If if she's wearing armor. But you see like blood just pooling from one side of her
Athleisure
body.
wear.
Athleisure wear, that's right. You see blood pouring from one side of her body in particular, like a bone protruding out from her athleisure wear. And she is still.
Lulu Lemurs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so
Eric, was there something you wanted to do that I missed? I'm
No,
so
it's fine.
sorry.
No, it's
Okay. Go ahead, this is
Okay.
Q.
So, no, nothing. So, Mrs. Q looks up at Elle and says, I think you were just a smidge too late. She's gone. And immediately she, because Mrs. Q is pretty upset too, looks up at the Corvum, who is, assuming, you said he was still, in the corner.
You're
right?
there.
Okay. And she looks at him and says, you have caused untold suffering. You need to explain exactly what you have done. And is she gets up, walks away, and is pan at the ready, standing in his face.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say I wanted to try and get him in a chokehold, just pin him up. It's
You can still do that. Mrs. Jukes is standing there with a frying pan, so. But she is you can her eyes turn dark purple, angry purple, and she's just ready to do some serious damage to this punk.
Okay. Yeah. In the time that it took you to walk over to Aurora, the Corvum, Basil, and Apoc you see is going to make a lunge for the book.
We're all making a lunge for the book.
I'm going for him.
You're going to go for
I want to
him.
grapple the Corvum.
I would
Okay,
like
okay.
an initiative roll to see who gets to lunge first.
Just a straight roll,
It's
or
not
or
going to be him.
straight roll, or plus our initiative.
Plus your initiative.
Mine's 3.
This is guns out. I think that's an
Jeez.
office thing.
What a terrible roll.
To see who the lunges first. What's yours?
8.
What's yours?
6.
Jesus, he rolled a 3.
Wow.
Apoc and the Corvum lunge for the book. Apoc, you're able to swipe it as Basil, you grab this guy in midair as Mrs. Q had made her way over. Yeah, you got him.
Cool. Oh my god.
You have this book.
Apoc's going over to Aurora to give her the book. Aurora, I got your book.
Okay, so it's Apoc moves. Okay.
Elle is sitting on her knees next to Aurora, just staring at her.
You have this Corvum.
I'm gonna pin him up against the wall.
How long does your big Basil last?
Good point.
Hey, Andrew. How long does your big Basil last?
Title of today's episode?
We want our friends to come back. Sean.
This says it lasts for 1 minute, so probably done the
Stop.
You have 6
Fine,
seconds left.
Okay, but I can. Okay, so. I'll pin him and just have my sword right
Yeah.
on the tip of his throat.
Yeah.
And I'll just say.
Mrs. Q's also there with a frying pan, so.
So it goes from action of this to
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly.
and he'll just be like, "You did this. You're responsible for this."
You're the one that followed me down here.
You're the one who summoned that creature,
I'm the one that made that creature.
and you were responsible for all this death.
He wouldn't have attacked if you just left.
You have to answer for everything that you've done.
I'm doing something, or at least I was.
What?
Trying to save the grove.
The Grove?
Yes.
What does that have to do with anything? How could you attack fellow students?
I didn't. If your friend hadn't stayed so late in the library, this thing never would have gotten out and never
They're
would
a
have been attacked.
student. What else are they going to do during exams?
no one's in here after a certain time, which means I'm always down here at a certain time,
So Basil's
except
gonna-
for you who stayed late.
So Basil's
today.
gonna give a little, kind of just a little like prick to the guy's throat, being like that. What was the specific words you said? That person, or what was that?
I think you were talking about us and Elle,
You're
right?
talking-
Were they
He
talking?
was
is that
mentioning
what they were
Sage
talking about?
just now, right? That's that person who stayed
So
late.
as he's saying, you who stayed late, he's looking at you.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, so
he
he's talking
talking
about you.
me.
Oh, okay. What do I want to say now?
You just hear from across the room, guys, does anybody have a cauldron of salt?
Approximately 200 pounds will do it.
Oh,
Whatever, you, just kind of shoving it a little more into store just to shut him up and be like, whatever your intentions, you are now responsible for the loss of lives, and you need to pay, or you need to redeem this.
Talking about the student was fine,
That student was my sister.
and
That
she's still alive.
and pointing over to Aurora, that body over there is our companion. This is on you.
As he looks, because Aurora was in the fog cloud, you can see, like, he sort of just stuck still for a second. That was not supposed to happen.
But it did.
I can't do anything about it unless you just want a corpse walking around.
You know what? She might like that.
So Basil just go like for a second, like just keep like.
How functional would she be?
Depends on how complicated the spell is.
Can you bring her back?
To life, no.
What about to death?
Kind of. I need that book.
Can we, will we be able to talk with her? Could she talk back?
Not really.
You can't do it better?
Not where she's actually alive.
Eric's just like, what are you guys gonna do?
But please.
no, you guys.
Man.
So Basil's gonna be like, the Grove. What did you mean by that? What is? Why would you create this creature?
Get this out of my face, and it's gonna try and shove the sword away.
And Amita's gonna be like, even like closer, right back.
What's your question?
Essentially, like, why would you create that creature? What are you talking about, the Grove?
There's a creature in the grove. It can't be killed, but if you can weaken it enough, then maybe you can damage it to the point where it can't regenerate. So if you can suck out its soul, then maybe you can freeze it. I made that to study it. See if I can make that effect on a bigger scale.
If this was such a fantastic idea, then why are you doing it in a school in the middle of the night in a dusty old basement?
Because necromancy isn't allowed in the avian.
That's fine. There are lots of other people out there who are quite comfortable with it, where you wouldn't be doing it in a school where there are students.
Name one place in this whole wood where necromancy is allowed.
That's not what I'm saying. You clearly don't care whether necromancy is allowed.
I had this thing under control.
You didn't.
I did until you showed up.
That means you didn't have it under control.
Do you agree with that one?
I went to people to try this. They said no. So I took matters into my own hands, because no one's trying to fix this grove.
Or look at the cost.
There are healers who can bring her back if you want. I don't know any, but I'm sure they exist.
What are the effects on Sage?
She'll be fine. It's your
Fine.
friend, it seems like he knows.
There has to be a way to reverse it.
If I had time to finish my research, maybe I'd figure that out.
Your research is the reason why we're in this mess. I'm just like,
He's gonna try and push the thing out again.
Should I go halt again?
Elle, do you want to do it? Do you want to do anything while this is going on?
Yeah, while this is happening, Elle is just sitting next to Aurora. She's never seen a dead body before.
Come on.
You should.
But she's gonna sit and then just kind of have like a sudden idea, and she's gonna turn to Mrs. Q. Mrs. Q, Mrs. Q, can you make a hearth? Can you make a hearth for me? Can you make a hearth? I need to make something.
Do I still have the ability to do it?
Like cook.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I think I can still.
Shop needs
for
to be here.
friends.
Small fire. Yes. A hearth appears next to you.
I need your teapot too.
Oh, the specialty that.
Yeah. Okay.
Elle's gonna take out. Yeah, she's gonna take the hearth and the teapot from Mrs. Q, and she's gonna take out the pack of Emers's magic tea. You see the briefest moment of hesitation because she was saving this for something else, but she's going to steep the tea, and she's gonna pour it down Aurora's throat, basically. Like teapot, just like
Boiling hot tea.
Boiling hot tea. Yeah.
unhinge the jaw and let it go.
Okay. Give me a wisdom check, please.
This will be amazing if it works.
Oh, I have a +5 to wisdom, which is already pretty awesome. But am I at disadvantage because I'm exhausted?
For this one, it's a check, but it's not. If that makes sense. For the nature of the tea.
I mean, I'll take not disadvantage if I can.
Hold on, let me find my notes on this. Wait, it's in here. Yeah, not for this.
Okay. So this isn't a skill check technically?
It's not, no.
Okay.
Oops.
Okay. 17 plus 5, so it's a wisdom save?
Nope. Just a check. Well,
Okay, so 17,
okay.
I think.
It's,
Do I add anything to it?
So it's your
The
wisdom
wisdom
modifier. It's
Okay, so it's a 19.
It's your spell modifier, is what it is.
My spell modifier?
Which is your wisdom, right?
Okay, so it's 2. So it's
Okay.
17 plus 2, so it's a 19.
Okay. So as you go to pour this tea, this scalding hot tea, you kind of burn yourself a little on the kettle as you do. You're certainly a little on the tired side trying to stay awake, and you're almost shaking just a little bit as you go to pour this tea. And you see a hand kind of steady yours as you just look up into what you see is Emers's face, who's just kind of smiling at you and looking at Aurora and smiling back at you as you use Emers's magic tea. And for the briefest of moments, you see that appear. As you finish pouring the tea into Aurora, there's almost this like ripple that your feathers sort of feel kind of come over you. The neck feathers, the pattern just starting to get a little bit warm almost to the touch that you can feel. And as you sort of sit back, there's this gentle glow that just starts to encompass Aurora's body, the same color as Emers's magic tea that you've been holding on to for a special occasion. What are the rest of you doing? As Mrs. Q, you would see this. Apoc, you would see this. Elle, you would see this. Basil, you can see it if you want.
Are you concerned that if you turn around, the Colfum's going to try and do
Book
something?
it or something.
Okay, then hold him there. I'll narrate for you.
Apoc, what are you doing?
Apoc just looks down at her and looks over at Elle. Just says, "It's like an Aurora Borealis."
Oh my gosh.
Just leave me dead.
You-
just leave.
It's beautiful.
Mrs. Q's just sort of like, I guess, seeing that, like, I mean, she's just holding a frying pan, so she's not doing much. Starts, like, takes a few steps closer and just watches. She's just watching.
What's happening?
As you sit there, Elle, next to Aurora, you feel the earth beneath you almost just start to ripple, to tremble, like a wave. You know when you're sitting on a buoy or on a tube on the water and the wave underneath you. That's how you're starting to feel as you're sitting here. You swear you see Aurora's body almost just sink into the earth a little bit more. The stonework starting to crawl just up onto her sides as the glow just starts to pulse and pulse. The fur sort of standing on end and coming back down and standing on end. Before you see Aurora's chest move.
The suspense!
You're on mute, we didn't hear that.
I did not know if it was gonna work.
Nope, I did not think that was going to work. That is so cool.
Amazing.
The ground beneath your fingertips, Aurora, as you just come to consciousness, feels warm to the touch, soft, almost malleable. You sort of press down subconsciously and your fingers just sort of press into stonework. Sort of wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Your vision kind of blurred until you see familiar Luma face just like looking over you.
Yeah.
Probably uncomfortably close to your face at this point.
If you're that close, I'll literally just kind of like snout and then just do like the lick of your snout.
Aww.
I'm a bird, so it's my beak.
Or your beak, yes. Sorry. Thanks, Rook.
Elle's just gonna like burst into like exhausted tears and just hug Aurora.
And then I'll hug her back.
Oh, yay!
Basil.
I don't know what to do.
As you're standing there, are you distracted by what's going on behind you?
Say no.
He doesn't take his eyes off this person.
Fucking Knight's Honor.
What's happening? What's happening?
We have Aurora back.
What? How?
Elle.
Magic. Love.
Bro.
T.
So no damage done then, yeah?
Enough. Well, what was I going to say? You're off the hook for this, but you still have a lot to pay for.
He is going to grab onto your sword and is going to push. He'll take some damage. And he's going to try and move away. You see his hand moving.
Does Miss Q see this?
Can
If
I?
she's
can
turned
I-
around to
She-
say anything?
You are watching Aurora right now.
Okay. Oh, okay.
How is he pushing my sword?
It's up against his throat. He will take the damage
So he's kind of grab like.
as he's just going to, like, it's a broadsword, right? A great sword. So he'll just try and push with his palm.
Do I still? Okay, I guess we're out of combat, so I don't have advantage on strength anymore, right?
What Elle's doing is taking a lot of her concentration, I'm gonna say, but as he pushes, you see his mouth moving, his hands moving.
Can I just try?
He goes invisible.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
You can try and strike at disadvantage.
Sure. So because of how he's holding it, I imagine just like.
It's more of a push,
Oh, I see.
so that you're moving. He's
Okay.
bigger than you.
Okay. So then I just imagine it's like a.
You can make an attack at disadvantage.
Okay.
Do it. This guy's
Oh,
throwing
sorry.
me
That's
off.
wrong dice.
Oh.
Jeez, the same
Oh,
thing as last
man.
time. So it's a 9.
As you strike the wall, you can hear his footsteps running away from you. You see one of the cobble fright's bones beside you get kicked as it skitters across the floor. And you see as... Wait, I need this map. You see this door here on the map. Sorry, I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's the door on the bottom left corner.
Mm-hmm.
You see that open and slam shut. Bottom left corner here.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, let me refresh it in case.
Aurora, what's up with you?
I think I'm in shock. To be perfectly frank, I don't know how I don't think I'd jump back to my spry self. It's just kind of like, oh, everything hurts. Like my ribs been crushed and
You're in rough shape.
yeah.
Would
just
you-
kinda,
Would you have like one hit point? Is that how it works when you wake up from?
Yes.
I was just about to ask the DM how many hit points would have come back?
1.
Just one? Okay. Okay. Well, sitting next to Aurora, Elle is going to use her last spell in her last available spell slot to cast Healing Word on you. For 3 hit points.
I'll take it. What happened, guys? You killed the skeleton. Do we... Where's the book?
You still have the book, right? Who's holding it?
You probably have it.
Okay.
You want
You,
this?
you think I can hold it right now?
Okay, I'll give it to you later.
Yeah, please.
It's not that big.
It's like so heavy on your chest right now.
I think we need to go find the dean and get some proper rest and go to the infirmary.
Do we not want to go after this Corvon that poked him with that burn?
He's invisible and we have no energy and no...
Please tell me you got a name.
No. I feel like-
Birdman!
Harvey Birdman.
Happy Birdman.
the dean will probably know who it is.
Wait, you don't have any of these? And Apoc just holds up the manacles. Like you couldn't rest him?
You have manacles?
Yeah.
No.
Kicking a guy while he's down.
Maybe you should hold on to these till later.
Like Basil just takes him and like is like just standing by the door being like essentially saying like I assume he's trapped in there.
You think? We don't know that it leads... Oh,
I assume he's trapped in there.
was this room on the map that we had?
This one?
Mhm.
No.
Yeah, we do have a map of the basement.
No. This room, you can see like the walls, the floor. It's this pearly white. You know that you went through a like hole in the wall of the classroom above, and that is where the map ended when you conferred with it.
Okay.
This is something else, but the walls look very familiar to you, and you.
Why?
The material of the walls looked very familiar to when you fought the spiders in the spider den. And there was that very tall column in a very big open place.
So, you talk about the skeleton of the giant.
Mhm. This is leading back to
The giant what?
underneath
So,
underneath the
like,
tree. Yeah.
within Humblewood, we would know stories.
Within
about,
Alderheart, like in the basement
Yeah.
or in the lower areas,
Yeah,
right?
it says, but within Humblewood, we would know like stories and legends of like giant creatures that used to like roam and that were eventually defeated, and like their skeletons eventually were like used to like build like the foundations of a lot of.
Oh, I did not remember that. Okay.
And so we knew that in the caverns of Elderheart, like below the tree, there was like a spinal column or something, or some
Something
skeleton.
like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's Titans.
So Basil's gonna say, we should bring the dean and get more guards down here immediately.
Yeah. I can't send for anyone because I have no spells. Oh, just kidding.
Jeremy?
Jeremy!
I think I can just. I think maybe I don't have a limit on my animal messenger.
I mean, we gotta head back, right? We can't stay down here.
No.
If it's all right with you guys, I'd like to take a long rest.
Mm.
You can add the manacles to your inventory because I'm taking them out of mine.
Okay, cool.
I think they work way better with you because that whole time I was just like, I need to give these to him. We need to put these on.
Alright. So we head back upstairs through the rooms to try and find. Oh, I guess we should. There's, Professor Mordain.
Yeah,
We just left him there.
Could pull him out.
Maybe we should pull him out.
Or we could leave him there and act to be Professor Mordain.
I don't think that's a great idea.
Fantastic idea.
Are there other things within the room, just real quick, or we could do it later?
Oh, we should grab some bones just for proof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the ring. I'll put that back in
Got
my
a
inventory.
skull.
There's like it's a whole lab down here.
Yeah.
Like,
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Potions and stuff.
Yes, there are a lot of things down here.
Excellent.
Are we stealing the book?
it's like
Sorry.
Yeah, we got
Yes.
it.
Perfect.
Sorry. Yes, you are able to go about and collect. There are like 2 potions that have not been broken. There are a few candles that are this like olive green color, sort of stacked unlit along one wall shelf that you are able to take. You do see a very small chest that when you pick it up, it is quite light, but it does appear locked. As you search the room, that's what you would find over the like disaster that was caused here.
Yeah.
Not sure if they're magical, not sure if they're cool or just ye old, but that would be the only interesting intact things.
Mhm.
Can anyone identify?
Like with spells.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry,
Can you identify?
Can I take the head of this thing, the creature?
So you can take it is quite large. It is, I know you've
Strap
carried
it
around
to
the
your
spider
back.
head. It is you and a half pretty much. One beak. You can certainly take it. I mean, it is just bone. It's bird bone, which is hollow. So you're able to take it with you, but it looks weird on you.
Can I make a party hat?
Probably sell it to a science classroom.
Shoulder
Yeah.
pauldrons out of it or something.
Yeah,
It'd
that'd
be
be
so
sweet.
Giant, like.
You'd be like twice as
Get,
wide
like,
as you tall.
Oh.
Do it.
Draw the art.
Oh.
Is there any final things you wanted to do in this room? Or as you head back up?
Can we grab the chest? The locked chest?
You can grab the chest? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's light. It's very light for what size it
It's like a
actually is.
little
It's only like a
lockbox.
little jewelry box kind of thing.
And like any potions. Sorry, I missed the like.
Oh,
There was
sorry,
two
yeah.
potions.
There are 2 potions that are
grab-
still in the test tube rack. Yep, you can easily grab those.
I'll grab the candles then.
A few green candles. There's 3 green candles that
Nice.
you're able to grab. Everything else has kind of been destroyed or like are no
Yeah.
longer in usable form in this case.
Mhm.
And the leather-bound book that I believe is in Aurora's possession at this point.
Yep.
You have it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
In
Yeah,
your
you
possession.
take it. Yeah.
Sorry.
Mhm.
In your possession, as you read the runes of the top of this book, you can add the Necronomicon
Nice.
to your inventory, and I might have to make it, so
Alright.
maybe hold off
Nice.
on the adding part.
I'll put a placeholder in.
Yeah.
The liquid that came out of the tipped over cauldron.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any more of that flying around? Like, I don't know. Could
It's-
be like
It's almost like it's evaporated to the
Okay.
point where it's left like a water ring on the
Okay.
floor, but there's no more liquid either in the
Okay.
cauldron or on the floor. It's like a chalk outline at this point.
gotcha. Okay.
Oops. This needs to just be taken out of my way here. Anything else you'd like to do? These
I think so.
I think so.
final moments of
No.
quiet, bit of a Pyrrhic victory. Losing your quarry but gaining a friend back.
Thank you.
Yeah, you owe me one. I'm just kidding.
I owe you more than just one, and I ruffle your feathers on your head.
If there's anything I can do that will be useful. So.
As you begin to, gather up what you can, what's left, and make your way back through the staircase leading up to the main big classroom, past all the chalkboards with the scribbles, the calculations, past the little office with Professor Mordain, the real Professor Mordain, still asleep, the gray smoke still working around him.
We were gonna wake him up, right? We're gonna take him with us? So what
I
you
mean-
wanted to do?
Now I'm realizing that there's like a grey smoke because we tried to wake him up. We couldn't wake him up just by
I think we
poking
did.
him, right?
I think
So
we
maybe-
poked him. We can pull him out.
Can we carry him? He seems big. In my head, he's big.
If I put the locket on him his size, then I could theoretically carry him.
Between that and Basil's help,
That's
I'd say you would probably be able to carry the professor.
There's just a professor
What a-
carrying
what a
The
himself.
stuff.
professor carrying himself, exactly. It is a little
Just-
weird.
Just this little mighty mouse.
Your size definitely helps, but you don't really get their physical stats. Your physical stats are also
I'm a
better,
pretty
but
strong boy.
the size of you definitely helps carry Professor Mordain up the stairs.
Ooh, leafy boar.
I have +3 athletics.
But you're finally able to emerge back into the lower library as the clock strikes like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oof.
It's been a long night, guys.
Do we have to do more con saves?
we're out of the thick of it.
Okay,
I'm gonna
okay.
say no. But you arrive back into the avium proper, and I think that is where we will pick up.
Nice.
Yes.